Yo.
Hey everybody, we are back, and we are back with our last demo of the showcase Saturn of the Sea. And we're going to talk about this game. It is a short narrative-focused 2D side-scroller following Nat, a small child armed with the hope of granting the last landwalker her final wish. Without further ado, let's check it out.
All right.
That was cool. I like that intro.
Mm-hmm. We got narrative. Oh, we put the tutorial in the game.
Ah, I love that.
Okay.
That's good. That's good. This already has me because narrative-driven games where I can attach the character, love. Yeah. The music is so calming.
It is, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, we got choices too. All right. Nice.
Dang, dialogue options.
Yeah. Do they actually mean anything, or are they just
Trader's
fluff?
secret. Trader's secret.
Yeah, they're supposed to mean things, but I didn't get a chance to implement like conditionals, but I figured, that can be a narrative of itself.
Yeah. Illusion of choice. It works. They'll never know.
Illusion of choice. These houses, are they also made out of trees?
I was gonna say
Yeah,
it's at the bottom of a tree.
yeah.
I love that.
Interesting. Oh,
Ooh,
lights are off. Ooh,
I like that
vibes.
switch up. Very cool.
Interesting.
See, now I'm invested. I'm
A
invested
little
in the
bit, right?
story. Yeah, like
A little bit, right? Let me see what's going on here. I
Oh,
think it's the
that was
grandma part
awesome.
Granny made.
Yeah.
Like, that's like, at least for me, that's like, oh, like Southern grandma. Like, that's
Yes.
I think of immediately. It's like, oh, let me
I
talk to
love
grandma
it.
and see what she has to say.
And I like that like the walk-up interaction too is really cool. Like how it pops up as you're progressing through the story. I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, guys. Like, tell us about how you guys came up with this concept. What inspired you, the theme, the mechanics? Like, talk to us about the process.
Do you want me to go first? Because like, there's two underlying stories within the game itself from how we approached the project. So the idea is actually from a failed novel world building notes that I had, and I thought would be kind of cool about collective power, but just like another like insular story within that world where everyone's now living on ships, like artificial islands that drift across the ocean currents. And so there's like this older generation that's been slowly dying out who remembers how it was to live on land, to see a dark sky, none of this like light pollution thing. Hence how that all ended up coming together. So it was more of like I had the world building idea of the artificial islands and then just was like, what short story would work in that world?
Mm.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I kind of just followed Mag's direction. I was like, okay, I like this idea, and my role was just trying to find the right sounds to accompany the story. So making it very uplifting, but also like melancholy at the same time, and you're fulfilling a dying wish. So like that is heavy, but you want to do it. So that was my whole thought process behind the music part.
Mm.
Yeah, no, the music was very powerful. I felt those exact emotions, the nostalgia, the sadness, the underlying tone. Is very, very awesome. Yeah, I guess I'll just transition into like biggest challenges, favorite parts of working on it during the month. Yeah, what did you guys find difficult? What was the best part of it?
My biggest challenge was audio programming. So Godot, we use Godot, and it has community middleware integration, but it's not amazing. So I was like, okay, instead of using middleware, why don't I just do it myself? And so I wanted to learn how to start the music by code, and not even use like the audio like the default audio stream player. I wanted to learn how to start it by code. As the game went on, as you went through each character, the strings lowered in volume to depict the turning off of the lights. So I had to learn how to do that through code, and then also when you went from one level to the next level, also sending that through code. So it was purely just learning how to program, and then Max being a good mentor of I'm banging my head against the wall. What do I do? And Max gave me a lot of direction on how to even start the idea.
Nice.
Yeah. And my biggest challenge has been time management. I similar to Jay, who presented earlier in the stream, I had day job situations come up that really cut into time that I thought I would have, but it turned out that I didn't have. There was a whole plans of like, oh, we're gonna do it. Like you'll actually physically see the lights turn off as you progress during the level. There was gonna be like some hit, like you have to avoid the peacekeepers because they're thinking that this is an attack from another, like a whole other level of the narrative. Basically, had to get cut because I just didn't have time to implement all of those like little nuances after each conversation. So I was like, let's just keep in a short story type of visual novel type vibe, walking sim vibe, and that seemed to work with both where I was at learning Godot for the first time, where Jamel's at learning Godot and audio programming for the first time. So I was like, okay, let's do it here.
Right. I know I remember us talking some design stuff before, Maggie, and I was like, yeah, those are, we had some good ideas, but you know, 100%. Well, it sounds like from what Jamel mentioned as well, that like there's a lot of stuff in the back end of this as far as like some of the world building and even some from the programming aspect that like this could be, built into like an actual more fully featured experience for the narrative, and like, the dynamic lighting, for example, and matching with the music, that being a source of progression over time in the game is unique, right? And so like there's definitely some cool stuff that's here that can, be played around with in more ways, and I like that a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like you guys have made like such a strong foundation in order to expand. So, I mean, that transitions me into, do you guys plan on expanding or making it into that big idea that you want to, or are we sick of looking at it?
I don't know if I want to continue this project, but I could definitely see taking this same little team for another project, because our workflows actually work pretty well together, and just like understanding what each other is thinking. So I could see this becoming a more fully fledged next project.
Yeah, that's Jamel took the words right out of my mouth. That's exactly what it is. Like no concrete plans because I need to recover.
Mhm.
But we'll see what happens. I'm not gonna give any final ideas either, other than yes, next project we're definitely teaming up again.
Love that.
Awesome, awesome.
That's dope.
Well, thank you guys so much for, sharing a little about your journey and the game. It's beautiful and the producing of it is just amazing. And I'm glad you guys found a little soul tribe to carry on to the next project. So thank you guys so much for sharing. And guys, go check it out. Please go play, go click around, and we'll let you guys go. But thank you so much.
Right.
Thank you.